All right, we want to take you straight back to the breaking news now. Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office giving a news conference on a deputy-involved shooting this morning. Let's listen in.
There is the daughter who is our victim. There is a grandchild, and there is a roommate involved. And I'll get into the timeline of how we got here this morning. So at approximately 4:41 a.m. this morning, we received a call of a burglary of a residence in progress. So multiple deputies responded to this scene at the 7500 block of Carolton Circle. As we made our way on scene, we received information that our suspect, the grandmother, shot her daughter in the hand. That's the information we knew. Once we responded on scene, we started to make contact, starting to call people out. What happened was the roommate then came out with a child. At that time, we safely recovered the roommate and the child. Then our deputies went to the front door of the residence and made entry, trying to make multiple commands for everyone to come out. We had two separate teams. One team went in and rescued the victim, the daughter, with a gunshot wound to her hand. She was looked like she was under the influence of some sort of, we don't know yet. It looks like the suspect asked them to drink something. She looked like she was under some sort of effects of a narcotic, very lethargic, and couldn't keep her balance. The second team cleared the house, knowing that the suspect was barricaded in a back room. We made contact with that back room. It was locked. Multiple commands: open the door, make yourself known. Our deputies breached the door. When they breached the door, they found the suspect, the grandmother, armed with a firearm. Multiple commands again: drop the firearm, drop the firearm. The firearm is in her right hand. She raises the firearm, and our deputy fires and neutralizes the threat. Okay, that all occurred at about 5:05 a.m. So multiple commands to drop the firearm. Our deputy involved shooter was Deputy Joshua Thomas. He has been 10 months with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office, 6 years prior service with Temple Terrace Police Department. He has no prior uses of deadly force. And let me just make a comment here on behalf of Sheriff Chad Chronister here. Violent crime, you know, is our number 1 priority. This crime in particular has a domestic violence, a domestic violence example of how we need to reach out to our community. We do a wonderful job of policing and keeping this community safe. Domestic violence is the monster in everyone's home. We cannot police in your homes. If you have domestic violence issues or you need support and assistance, I urge you to call the Spring or call the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. We can't help you within the confines of your house, but if you reach out to us, we will help you. On a second aspect, if you are battling from mental illness, the Crisis Center of Tampa is there and a willing participant to help you. I want to commend the deputies on this scene. They did an outstanding job. They rescued 3 people from a violent situation. I'm available for any questions you have. Just a reminder, it's very preliminary in the investigation. I will do the best I can to answer your questions.
All right, let me wrap up here what he just talked about. This is about the deputy-involved shooting overnight or early this morning in Hillsborough County in the Clare Mell area, 7500 block of Carolton Circle, basically telling us that the deputies wound up having to shoot a suspect, and this is how he explained it. There's a home, there's a grandmother who lives there, and her daughter was there. The grandmother was the suspect in this case. The daughter was the victim. At some point around 4:41 a.m., there was a call to the sheriff's office about a burglary in progress. The sheriff's office shows up, and they find out that someone inside the home has been shot. It was the daughter. She was shot in the hand. They sent a team inside the home to rescue that victim. And at some point, there was a roommate that lived there with a small child that also came out of the home safely. When they brought the daughter out of the home, they said that she appeared to be under the influence of some sort of narcotic, that she was made to drink something. She was very drowsy, very unresponsive, but they were able to rescue her. And then when they tried to get to the grandmother, who is the suspect in this situation, they sent another team in. The grandmother was barricaded in a back room with the door locked. And they said that they were pounding on the door, demanding that she come out. She did not. When they breached the door, she had a firearm. They told her to drop the weapon. She did not. And that is when they say they neutralized the situation. Deputy Josh Thomas has been with HCSO for 10 months now. Prior to that, he was with Temple Terrace Police for 6 years. They say domestic violence obviously is what started all of this, and they encourage anyone who is undergoing any domestic violence situation to seek help before a situation rises to a violent crime. And of course, as soon as we have more on this and more updates on the person that was shot in this situation, we can send it to you straight to your phone through our free 10 Tampa Bay app.